time.
Welcome back to One Leg at a Time, the podcast about health, wellness, fun, recovery, and music. I'm Dr. Deen Anbar, and I'm talking to other musicians and creatives about their process, their priorities, and the things that they do to achieve their goals. Welcome back to the pod in the studio for the second time, Dylan Gorenberg.
Thanks.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Were you a doctor yet?
No.
Okay.
Why? What I've been writing on my resume is ABD, with all but dissertation. We don't really have a dissertation, so to say. But I finished all the coursework. That was a actually crazy last 2 months.
Yeah, we do have a lot to catch up on since you were here.
Yeah, what I was mentioning to Dean is last time you were here, you were about a month away or so, and you were having a lot of doubts of whether to not finish. And you were going through a particularly rough period that I'm curious now, months later, how it's been, how you're on the other side of it, and like what that experience was.
It got really messy towards the end, and I'm happy to be on the other side. I think I will finish one day, but I'm very happy like being an adult now.
You're out here in the world.
Yeah, you know, actually, not to jump ship, but it's been very interesting because I feel like I've been reading a lot about this right now, and a lot of people who go through grad programs and doctorate programs especially have a bit of a crash out when they finish, because what happens is, especially like, I guess using myself as an example, being in school up to 30, while we talked about this last time where it's like, you know, I'm still being an adult while going to school at the same time, every 6 months you do have someone, in our case an advisor, telling us what we should be doing and what goals to be made in the finish line. And something I've noticed about myself where I've been waking up, and I'm exaggerating a little bit, but waking up in a panic, being like, I only have one more month till summer's over. I gotta cram in all these things I want to do. And then I'm like, oh no, like I got 70 more years.
You have the rest of your life now. Yeah, and which is also more terrifying.
Yes,
I know what you mean. It makes it really tough, and for me, what it's meant is not just setting goals, but setting like how long am I going to allow myself to work on this thing before I move it to the next phase of its development.
Yes.
You know,
we talked about this too, but I am definitely a procrastinator. And so.
But you kind of have to be the person to give yourself those, you know, parameters, just like a semester looks like.
Yeah.
It's like like with recording a record is a good way to like make this analogy. If I start now, I'm going to give myself through to like, let's say end of October to write it. And even that's like pretty generous. In the professional world where like ideas, and especially with like things moving as fast as they do, like if you get an idea to be inspired by something that you just saw this week, by the time I compose, arrange, and execute that idea and it's fit for public consumption, whatever that instigating inspiration is long gone.
Yeah.
You know? So it is kind of a crazy thing to be like trying to do that. But yeah, I mean, to that end, it's pretty much that. It's just like give myself an end date for like, at that point, I'm not writing anymore. I have to be in the studio. And
even career stuff aside, it's small things I've noticed too, like school was a place. And, you know, last time I was here, I was coming from a very, I don't want to use the word dark place, but
you were dark.
I was dark.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a lot better now. But
that's good.
There were some positives to the college environment, like, you know, social aspect. I knew every whatever days I was on campus, let's say Tuesday and Thursday.
Dude, you were like the mayor of USC.
Yeah.
Mr. Important.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's good to see you back to yourself. Yeah, things were dark. How are the Zempies?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that a good portion of our interviews got, when I clipped out the segments from the show and I wanted, you know, like any time that you talked about using the GLP drugs, they would get like almost like in a way shadow banned. It was like compared to the views that any other videos got.
Really?
They would get like, like less than 10.
Wow.
And I wondered if there was some suppression. There was also some weird shit where like on TikTok, anytime I like hashtag GLP-1 drug hashtags, like I'd get a lot of like bots being like, I lost 138 pounds on my, and it was just like super weird.
It was interesting because the pod, I could tell who actually listened to the pod, who was friends with, because it was like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it like this, but like it was like my coming out of it. It was like, I'm on this, and like I had a lot of people reach out to me and like either said, "Hey, I am too," or I had people being like, I'm. It was very supportive.
We're worried about you.
Yeah, I only had one person who.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind
of. They listened to the pod and were like, "Hey, are you okay?"
No, they were like fighting me. They were like, "Don't do that.
Don't do it."
And I was like, "It's already been 10 months. I don't know what you want from me."
Yeah, right. I mean, at this point, the damage is done,
and it's working.
And I was gonna, the one thing we didn't talk about the last time that I even said as I was leaving the room is when I got on it, my goal was a way to hold me together while I was in this nightmare of school. It was never meant to be a long-term thing, and I have 2 more weeks on it and I'm done. I've been weaning off.
That's cool.
Yeah. So,
how do you feel?
Feel fine.
Yeah, it seems like you're killing it.
Yeah.
You gigging?
Yeah. Playing a lot. Happy about it.
It's good. You look great. Cut your hair.
I did.
It's good look.
I got a new pair of glasses too. Hasn't come yet.
Hey, maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
No, these are old, asshole. Oh wait, can I say that?
You can say whatever you want,
cool.
Except my feelings will be hurt no matter what. No, I'm just kidding. I am.
No, I just got a new pair a few days ago. They're coming.
Dude, I got these from iBuyDirect.com.
Oh, okay.
cheaper than Warby Parker, and I love them. And they're so cheap that I can just like, if something gets fucked up with them,
Is that like Temu?
It's like Temu glasses. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Do you have a job?
We ask that question on every episode to every guest that comes in here.
I'm trying to tread lightly about this because okay, if I may, we've talked about my I wouldn't say obsession, but like I'm sort of continuously fascinated by AI. Yeah. And I'm not alone in this. It's everywhere and it's so pervasive in all of the dialogue, especially that artists are having.
Yeah.
And I understand why that is, and I keep thinking about it, and you and I were talking about it, and your response when I brought it up was not what I was expecting it to be. It was kind of a paranoid questioning of, what do you know about me?
Yes, I do have a job. I'm running a music technology department at a college.
Oh, okay.
No. So I'm working for a research lab based out of San Francisco right now. We are working on what is called OCR technology. That's one thing I'll say.
Can you say what that means?
Yeah. So what essentially we're working on is software where you could put a song into a website and it'll spit out a full score. Yeah.
And that seems like a step past where we're at with AI, which is AI music. Sometimes you'll hear like clearly sounded, versions of what an instrument sounds like. Like here's a guitar thing, here's like a piano thing, these are what drums sound like. And then sometimes you'll hear these like strange amalgamations of like, this is kind of like a string section, like kind of a synth, but not really either. Like just kind of bizarre like impressions of pads or like strange. So that to me would signify that the AI is going to move towards smarter and smarter versions of like properly arranged music. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
So it's not generating music; it's interpreting it.
Yes. That's a good way to think of it. Yeah, it's interpreting music, and it's just because when you think of like this kind of software, if you think of like a DAW like Logic, like it can already do rhythms pretty well because it can see transients going by. So like even in Logic, you have an option, I don't know what the key is, I think it's tab or shift tab, where like you can skip transients. And,
okay.
And it's going by rhythmic intervals.
Interesting.
So that's already been around for a while. The tricky part is now harmonic content. Being able to say like not only, hey, this is an A key of A flat, but like, hey, this is the 4 chord in the key of A flat, because you have a D flat chord, but it's about it's more than that though. It's about having the context of the big picture. And so it's very interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, what I keep thinking about with this AI thing, and so far as it relates to us, is like, as artists, there's a couple of different things that are happening at the same time, right? You have a lot of people who are kind of talking in circles going, if we don't embrace this thing now, it's going to pass us by. We're going to be left in the dust.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to musicians with auto-tune. Same thing happened to, you know, fucking, I don't know what, player piano, like
DI,
whatever. Yeah.
That's how I feel. I mean, when I was talking with someone about this not too long ago, where they recorded all the one shots for a guitar VST library. And they were kind of saying, I think they said they did this in 2020, and it was like, the joke is I'm automating myself out of a job right now because you're recording a sample library so people don't need to hire you to play guitar.
Yeah.
And so, but it's, you know, now that person just did a job.
Yeah, I do think that they are different because the sample library still requires.
I haven't hired a real string player. I've never hired a real string player, and I use strings all the time.
Yeah, maybe it's not. What I keep wondering about isn't so much this. It is more a little bit bigger picture, and I've kind of been making myself crazy about it actually, which is like, okay, so what is music even gonna be in like a year when these programs are so, you know, readily available, and anybody who wants to make a song that sounds like something that they like will be able to just, you know, figure out how to type in their prompts and make it. Like what is the standout content gonna be? You know, even reducing it to the word content is kind of annoying, but I'm gonna use it for now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I just keep thinking about that.
I might ramble for a minute, but like something I've been thinking a lot about is I think we are maybe a little bit in a bubble because
Who's we?
You and I, like being in the music industry, I think we do it all the time, so we get a little burnt on things. Like, you know, I can't remember the last time I've been to the Forum or like the Staples Center, but
forget that. I was just talking about, I don't even remember the last time I played guitar for fun.
Ah.
I mean, and that's also that's not
a whole,
true.
No, that's true.
But yeah.
You know what's funny though? I did that last night at like midnight, and I
played guitar.
Yeah,
dude,
like
what
just
was it
like,
like?
yeah. I think I played like an A, a D, and a G chord. I was like, yeah, they sound good.
Yeah. Those are such good chords.
Yeah, I capoed somewhere too. So
ooh, now we're talking.
Yeah,
I just dusted off my Les Paul that I haven't played in like a year because I was just kind of nostalgic for it.
Yeah.
And I did have some fun noodling around on the old LP.
But
yeah.
So with all that being said, I feel like all the time people like treat concerts as like a social thing, and like so many people go and see like Charlie XCX, and you know she's playing with tracks and no one cares, and it's about.
You think they're going socially though? I mean, that's a pretty immersive experience.
People keep saying that this is going to take our work, and while I think it may take maybe some like really bad library music away, I don't think it's really going to be taking our jobs. No one's going to go and see A-pop or.
I know what you. I think I know what you're trying to say, and I want to actually. This is good because it's helping me to clarify my thoughts. I'm not so much worried about my job is obsolete. My job's already obsolete. It's but I'm thinking about it more in terms of like, what are people going to want to listen to? You know, like what's going to hit? What's going to.
People already just put on playlists, and
I know
the people will just be like, "What's that song called again?"
It's becoming very passive.
Yeah,
because it's so easy to access it.
I think the reality is entertainment's just gonna become personalized. It's just gonna be like catered to you.
Now that's interesting.
It already feels that way in a lot of ways.
Even like take like my TikTok algorithm. Like it's just all like Strava
what do you
content.
got? Oh yeah,
it's it. And like sometimes I forget that I'm like, oh, other people aren't getting what I'm getting.
I don't know. I mean, I get a lot of so you want to make content on TikTok?
See, I've never seen that in my entire life.
You should try this sound and you'll go viral. It's really weird, actually.
Yeah, so like it's just like everything's personalized now.
Yeah, and it makes me think about. It's kind of made me think about what attracted me to music in the first place. Music being my like chosen medium to work in, but you know, anything that like when I was a kid, I was like all about just stuff that got me riled up and thinking.
Yeah,
and it makes me wonder, like, what is going to be possible in this new spectrum of, like, infinite potential and yet, like, limited by the fact that so much of the creative tool is going to be an artificial intelligence tool, you know?
Yeah. In my experience, it's just been used more as an entertainment tool than anything, in the sense of, like, when I told my housemate, like, take out the trash, I put it into like Suno and like make it do like a drum beat behind it and be like, hey, take out the trash.
That is cute.
Yeah.
On the last tour, Deen was doing that, where he would have the Meta AI generate apologies or like messages, and so he'll hit the like chat with 10 people, and it'll be like this like 3-paragraph long, very formal thing asking like somebody to put their shoes away.
I was having a pretty good time with it. Sometimes I would have it write it for me in like a limerick or you know, in the style of Shakespeare.
Here's something I actually find interesting that I'm trying to figure out how to deal with. When you ask me if I have a job, so I am teaching at a college, and in the upcoming semester, I will be doing 4 classes. The college has implemented a few new policies. Mm-hmm. One of them is attendance cannot be part of someone's grade, because basically I don't want to like shoot myself in the foot. I don't know the whole reasoning behind it, but it's something along the lines of research has shown that you don't know what's going on in someone's personal life, and we don't want that to affect, you know, someone's grade if things are happening and they can't come to class for whatever reason.
Okay.
The other thing is you cannot ding them for using any sort of resource, and the college is big on what they call ZTC. Right now it's zero textbook costs. Mm-hmm. So you can't ding a student for using any software to help them that includes AI. So I'm teaching a history of rock and roll class next semester, and I can't ding a student for not coming to class and using AI. What the hell am I going to do?
That's an interesting one, man.
And it's for the whole district. It's for the whole...
I think the only way to get around that is you can't have papers.
How do you do a history class? Because, okay, I'm also doing a mixing class, and that one's easy because like you either know what a compressor is or you don't. You either know what the knee is or you don't. I'm doing a guitar performance class. You either know a C chord or you don't.
I do think that you've kind of been pushed into a corner. See, it's been a couple of years since I've had to teach like a forum kind of a class like that. But if you can't incorporate, not that I ever was like a hard ass about it, any of these things, like I pretty you know.
No, we're the same. Yeah.
If you can't actually utilize attendance as a metric, and you can't take points away for using resources, then the only way that you can actually like properly judge someone's like ability to have learned what you're teaching in class is to boil it down to like your entire grade is going to be a one-on-one 15-minute conversation with me at the end of the semester. I can't see another way around it. Where it's just you and me, but no computer, and we just go through. We talk.
Sure, that might work in a room of 10 to 15 people. I think there's over 90 people enrolled in this class.
So is it like Blue Book pencil and that's it? Like
it's a GE.
So then maybe it is Blue Book pencil, whatever the
Scantron.
Equivalent of that is.
Going off of that, I will say a lot of my lesson planning, I do string of consciousness, and then I do have AI automate like a
plan.
Yeah. And I think part of it has to do with just educators are so underpaid.
Totally.
Where it's like, I'm not getting paid to do any of this lesson planning for the upcoming semester.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it is hours and hours of work. And so, of course, I'm going to automate it because I don't have... Because
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if this has been a conversation, or it'll, you know, this has been a topic of conversation for just decades now of underpaid educators. But like, yeah, any tool that can help me, you know, every time I have to grade an assignment or something, if I can automate that to save myself 3 hours that no one's paying me for anyways,
And as a student, you've been there before where you're like, oh, I know this assignment's bullshit. I don't have time. I got my part-time job. I got these other classes.
Yeah, right.
You know,
also, I am passionate about being an educator. I love it. I wouldn't have done it as much as I have if I didn't. But at a certain point, like, I do believe it is on the student. Like,
what are the kinds of implications? Yeah, like, what is this going to do to the generation of kids who opt into AI assistance for everything? It is funny, by the way, that you're talking about you've got AI automating and like essentially like, you know, delineating a lesson plan.
Yeah.
2 students who are using AI to regurgitate their shit back to you.
No one's
it's just
anything.
like the only one who's actually learning anything from this is the AI.
Yeah.
You know?
bleak.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know anything about what this could end up looking like and what
something
people
like
are
learning how to read
you know?
music or notate or like compose, and those are things like very practical skills that you only like
Once upon a time.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, once upon a time.
Yeah.
So it's like,
guys, AI aside, I had so many friends who made a great living off of writing other people's papers all through college.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if someone doesn't want to do something, they're gonna find a way around it.
I mean, yeah, not to dwell on this, and I do. The more we talk about it, the more I'm like, I feel stupid because I can't. I still don't really know how to articulate what it is that I find so kind of exciting about it, because I actually do find it exciting. I think that someone is going to stumble on something that is using AI in such an unexpected way that it's going to blow everyone's mind.
I think it's just gonna be like the GPS. Like, GPS is a game changer now. We don't even think about it.
yeah.
But that kind of sucks. And the difference between GPS and AI to use art is the GPS isn't something that, you can have it be like an Australian lady.
MapQuest.
I remember MapQuest. Yeah, of course. But that's the fact that it's created something in our life that's easy and that we don't even think about it is
like
different
Uber.
than something that we're consuming in the way that people like. The GPS doesn't mean the same thing to you as your favorite song.
I think we're thinking about this from an artistic standpoint because we're artists. That is not the goal, I think, of many AI companies.
But AI is going to be, something's going to happen with it. I think it's going to, for lack of a better term, it's going to blow our minds.
There's a subset podcast of the New York Times called, I think it's Hard Pitch or Hard Fork. And they talk about artificial intelligence in modern day. And I was listening to it the other day on a walk, and I think they said the goal is by December to have AI automate roughly 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs. And they think the number is like in the trillions of how much money it can save.
Save who? I mean, that sounds like a lot of people who aren't going to have jobs.
Yes. I guess the reason I brought this up is we keep talking about like how it's going to be a game changer, but we keep talking about in the field of music. I think
I am only thinking about it in terms of music and art. You're right.
The goal is, I think we are back.
Right. It's like agriculture and hospitality and like all these sectors.
I mean,
that
Claude just came out. It was a huge success where was able to successfully play. It was like Pokemon Red or Yellow or something, start to finish. Whoa. And while you think it's like, oh, that's silly, like you can play Pokemon, when you think about like what goes into like having an automated LLM play Pokemon, it's like you gotta know what the attacks are. You gotta know
so
how
many
to
choices.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. So it was a huge deal.
Wow. Yeah.
The other thing that they've been talking about is how I think it was Claude was able to code for 10 hours straight with no breaks. And I think that's the number. But the question that comes up on it is like, well, one, is that good? Was it efficiently coding? Or, like, is it actually impressive that it was able to work for 10 hours straight? Or,
just to say that
I don't know.
Yeah,
without
exactly.
actual practical use, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, man, are you good?
Mentally?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in a better place than you were before.
Yes.
I just want to check in with you.
Yeah.
You're still doing those Empics for a little bit, and then you're going to be off it.
I got about 2 weeks left. Probably when this airs, I'll be off it. It's been going well. I've been trying to. I think we started talking about this a little bit at the beginning, but got a little sidetracked.
Just a little. This is good. This is exactly. I'm happy we got into this, and I want to be able to jump into where you left off because I want to test your ability to determine whether music is AI generated or not. So we made a little playlist for you. Yeah. But I also feel like I'd be remiss just because I love you and I want to know how you're doing. Just sort of, just checking in. Yeah. We'll have you back. You can keep us posted.
Things are going really well. Like I said, the hard thing is now for me, there's always something to work on, but for now it's I've now made it to the finish line, and now it's trying to figure out how to put myself into a routine of a lot of things. Like without fail, every day, been going for a jog around. I live next to a park, and
that's great.
I go out and I just go around the park a little bit, and it's like the small routines have like really helped me like kind of come out of this school mode where everything has been predetermined for me, where I haven't really had thought about these things. I was looking into like, should I do a pottery class? Just trying to pick up some more
finding structure in that transition out of school is so difficult especially like when you're going into more freelance sort of world and you're self-employed or whatever. Like all of a sudden you have full freedom. And the autonomy is yours, and then you don't know what to do with it. So routine, that's huge. Habits, forming habits.
I can confidently probably say I'm doing a lot better. I feel like I'm in a good place.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. Happy to hear that.
How are you?
Good.
What? I feel like you're probably on this lot and you're asking, not a lot of people are asking about you. Or I'm just an a-hole.
No. You're not. And you are, but not for that reason. No, I think that I'm doing good.
Give me one thing about your life right now that you're excited about. And then give me one thing about your life that you're not excited about. Give me a rose and a thorn.
There's a lot of things to look forward to. We're going to be on the road in a couple of weeks. That's going to be huge. So I'm doing a lot of stuff right now.
You're going on a camper and you're going to check out some national parks. What's going on?
We might drive through some national parks on the way to play sick rock and roll shows.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The band that we both work in is going to be hitting the road.
Wait, that was the thorn?
No. That was the rose. What's a thorn? I don't know. I was me and my partner were kind of having a little bit of a rough couple weeks there, but that seems to be kind of in the past, and that's she actually just helped me cut my hair.
Nice, you look great.
I love this haircut. It's crazy.
You look gorgeous.
I definitely feel like a baby duckling because I bleached the shit out of my hair, but
my phone could not be more dry right now, ladies. I'm single.
You on the apps?
Kinda.
Yeah. It's not fun.
It's not a vibe.
What I've heard is men are not approaching women.
Something the ladies love is whether or not you can decipher if something is AI or not, and that's the game we're gonna play.
All right. Okay, wait. Ready? So this will be the theme song for the segment.
Wait, can I pick one chord?
You want to pick a chord?
Just one chord, and you have to base everything around that.
You're gonna prompt me. Hit me with the prompt.
I want a B flat power chord. But I want you to add that C in on the second string first fret.
Okay.
And then I want you to give me a little finger pick thing, and then everything else is all up to you.
Is this AI?
All right. I liked it.
Welcome to the segment. Is this AI? Is that better?
Yeah, I loved it.
Great. Okay.
All right, so we're going to play about 7 to 10 seconds of a song, and Dylan must decide.
And you have to decide or determine whether or not it's AI.
Just me?
Yeah, because I chose the song.
Oh, wow. Okay.
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 First one. Yeah.
Okay. First one.
15 seconds.
It goes like this. Back when Vin Diesel was Mark Sinclair, this is how we used to make the party scare. We used to take shots with no other intention but to take off to another dimension. It was just...
What do you think? Is it AI?
No.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. It's crazy, right? And it's interesting because it's hard to tell. It's really good.
Yeah.
You know, I was blown away when I found out about this. Play the next track, Adrian.
All right, ready? Number 2. I know your worth.
Glare into the hidden cam and don't give a damn. Scary movies, trigger plans to go kill a man. Skill and Van Damme tactics, back this attack with handstands and backflips. Land and stand back stiff with no backlip. Savvy ad-libs equipped with this vocab. That trick of the mind unravels with time and trap.
What do you think?
This is so much harder than I thought it would be.
It is crazy. This is what I'm saying. Well, first tell me if you think it's AI or not.
Honestly, I would say no, but I don't really know what I'm listening for. It just like it sounds like a.
So I listened to. Do you remember Nate Sloan from USC?
Yeah.
Did you ever work with him? So Nate has this podcast called.
the
Switched on Pop.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, and they just did this. A lot of these songs are actually from an episode that they just did, and I was blown away. Both of those are AI, and it's from this thing called Hip Hop Intelligence, and it just spits out AI recreations of popular hip hop. Like the first one was obviously an Eminem thing.
Yeah.
This is a Wu-Tang thing, and it was interesting because they were talking about getting into like determining what's AI and what's not based on some of the sort of compositional elements of like a rhyme scheme or like some of the musical stuff. And it is, I just thought it would be kind of fun and funny to test you in the same way that Charlie tested Nate.
How did he do?
Better than you're doing. Play the next one, Adrian.
All right, from the top.
Can I hear
maybe
the vocals?
Let's hear some vocal. Yeah. What do you think?
On broken ground, silent cry.
This is how you know that this is that it's come a long way. Is because what's going through my head right now is I wonder if Deen is trying to trick me and make them all AI, or I wonder if like every two, like I'm trying to think psychologically how you're putting these in order.
Yeah.
More so because I just can't tell.
Yeah.
I would say it might be AI, and my reasoning is the riff seemed a little repetitive.
Yeah, to me, so that is AI. That's that band Velvet Sundown. The band Velvet Sundown.
Oh, yeah.
And to me, I hear it's like, okay, there's some weirdness in there. Like even the way that guitar melody is kind of laid out is kind of chopped in a strange way. The way like there's some things about that 8-bar sequence, just like
the thing is though, if I heard that in the supermarket, I would not think twice about it. I would just
in the supermarket, I wouldn't think twice about it. Absolutely, I wouldn't even have a reason
or
to
even
think
in like a movie or something. Yeah.
No.
Right, next one.
Adrian,
I'm going to drop it right in the middle of the
Let's start from the
runtime.
top on the next one.
You want it from the top? Okay.
Temple of Acid, yeah.
I want to say that this one is AI generated.
Why?
The recording quality doesn't seem to match the vibe to me.
Interesting.
It feels like everything is. It feels like everything is like very close mic recorded. And like very like high quality audio for something that should be 1960. And if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be really embarrassed.
No, you're dead right. Good job.
All right.
Very good job. Go ahead and play the next one, Adrian. Or no, because you have premium, so it won't do any ads. So go ahead and let's just, what do you...
So the next one from the top?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
I love this song.
It's a great song.
Oh, I'm gonna say not AI, but if that was AI generated, I'm really impressed that it could.
That is AI.
That is
AI.
blue and green.
Blue and green.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing I will say is I was listening to it being like, this sounds like it was a MIDI piano. But I didn't think AI had the capability of being able to play harmony and melody.
It's interesting now because we're hearing it through the iPhone speaker, and I think you're losing, like, what you're not getting dynamically may be just enough to sort of tilt the scales one way or another. I was very impressed with this one, and especially after hearing the AI version of Bill Evans trying to write something original.
Yeah.
Versus this, it's like, okay, so AI, when you give it, you know, classic material to work off of, like, then all of a sudden it is a whole other ball game. And if you're looking for, like, I guess, to bypass a royalty thing, if with a recording, I don't know, but like, that's really good.
Yeah,
you know,
we got time for one more.
Okay, in that case, just let's go, Phil Wildo.
Good evening, ma'am.
My
name is Phil Wildo, and I was wondering if you'd like to browse my selection of dildos, all shapes and sizes
Sure about that?
to suit your preferences. Any color that you're into, all the shades and thicknesses.
Dylan, you're correct. That was an AI generated song. I do kind of wish we had time to do the others, but that's okay. Yeah, man. I mean, but that's the crazy thing is, like, that's what we're up against. And it's one thing for us to sort of wax on about, oh, AI can do this and this. Half the time, even for people like us who have studied music up to the doctoral level, it's very hard to tell. Yeah. And some of it really doesn't suck. So that's the thing that's so crazy. It'd be one thing if it was like, oh, everything AI does, it's just like, it's not good, it sounds bad, and it's not, like, there's nothing to it, and it's lame. But that's really not true. Yeah. And that's the thing about it that makes me so like, okay, well, now I'm interested, because it's like, so what does this mean when so many more people are going to have the capacity to make something that doesn't sound bad, doesn't suck, and all they have to do is input something, you know? I don't know. I just think it's food for thought. And we'll come back to this in a couple months when you're back in the studio.
Love that.
Yeah. Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
This was really fun. I think we've covered all the bases that I needed to. That was definitely the goofiest one we've done in a while. You remember how we sign off, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Where do I go? I'm Dylan Gorenberg, and I put my pants on one leg at a time.
Very good job. All right. Love you, Dylan. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Put your pants on one leg at a time.